Now, so this activity, what is the aim of the activity? That magnetic force, like poles repel, means similar poles they repel and unlike poles they attract each other. So what we'll do, we'll take two bar magnets and we tie like this as it is given in the diagram. So what will we observe? When we bring the magnets with the same poles near each other, facing each other, how will we know that they are having the same poles? If they repel, if they move away from each other, then that shows that repulsion is taking place. But if they attract each other, that is opposite poles, south pole and north pole, they will attract each other. But if the poles are same, that is north north or south south, then they will repel each other. So what is the conclusion? That magnets, they attract unlike poles and they repel like poles. So there is a theory also, like poles repel and unlike poles attract each other. Now next is your gravitational force. A force of attraction exerted by the earth on all the objects, that is known as gravitational force or gravity. So when Newton saw an apple falling from the tree, he discovered gravitational force. So gravitational force is also known as gravity, and since it acts from a distance, it is example of non-contact force. A number of examples are given in your book, like falling of leaves, when you throw a ball, etc. Now one checkpoint is given here. That is your homework. You have to do that. We'll discuss it, but later on. Next topic is friction. So what we had read, the definition of friction. Friction means the force which opposes our movement. Whenever we are doing any work, the force which is opposing our movement, that is known as friction. So the opposing force that acts when one body moves on the surface of another is called as friction. So a number of examples we'll see, like walking, writing, running, all these are possible due to friction. Now what is the cause of friction? Now friction occurs due to roughness of the surface. If the surface is very smooth, then there will be very less friction or no friction. Now all of you must have seen sandpaper. If you touch the sandpaper, you will feel the texture. So there is gap between those texture. Not only in sandpaper, all different types of papers or materials like clothes and all, when you touch it, you will feel the difference. Similarly, the surface is also there. On the surface on which we are walking, so surface varies. For example, when you walk on simple floor, or when you walk on sand, or when you are walking in a muddled or road which is full with water and mud and everything, so it's difficult to walk on that surface. So when one surface is brought in contact with the other surface, these grooves get interlocked. Grooves means, just now I gave you example of sandpaper. So uphill and crevices, so that is your texture on the sandpaper. So the grooves get interlocked. So when one surface moves over these interlocking, friction takes place due to the irregularities of the surface. You can see the walls also. There is difference in that. So when interlocking takes place between these irregularities, friction takes place. The more the surface is rough, the more will be the friction. Friction is more for rough surfaces and less for smooth surfaces. Again, one activity is given. So in this activity, it is said that friction depends on the nature of surface in contact. So what are the materials we have used? A wooden block we have used, spring balance. I hope you know what is a spring balance. So we'll attach the side of the wooden block to the hook of the spring balance and place it on the wooden table top. So we'll apply force just enough so that the block will slide. Now we'll observe the reading of the spring balance. Now I will send an animated video related with this, then it will be easier to understand the activity. So we repeat the steps on the rough wooden board. So we'll see that force of friction was less on the luster. Luster tile means which Nowadays you must have seen tiles and all, they glaze, they shine a lot. So friction will be less there, but friction will be more on the rough wooden board. So friction depends on nature of two surfaces in contact. For example, if this activity is not clear in your daily life, if you're writing on your desk, okay, if the surface is rough, you can slide your toy or pencil and all. But if the surface is very smooth, then it's difficult. So in the next class, we'll study the types of friction. Just see the different types. 3 types of frictions are there. What are they? Static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. So in the next class, we'll continue this. So I'm sending the videos, animated videos along with this so that it will be more easier to understand. Okay, if there is any problem, we'll discuss it later on. Thank you.